I found out that my friend, this guy I know, killed himself 2 nights ago, just before I got here, and I haven't seen him for a couple years, but I'm just like, I'm taking it in, you know. He's one of those people you say, he always seemed happy, you know, he's always smiling, all that kind of stuff. So, and he was a porn director. He's actually the person who got me started making movies, basically, many years ago, and I'm just taking it in. I mean, I'm not like destroyed or anything, but I'm just thinking about what he must have been going through and what that's like and what he's, you know, maybe going through right now. Yeah.
Well, what you mean where he could be now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man, because, I don't know, to me is one of the things, suicide is one of those big taboos that people freak out about. It's like the worst thing ever, is this cowardly thing, is this and that. I don't know. I mean, it really depends on, I don't think anybody can say what the hell is going on through another person's mind and heart and soul that way. So it's like, how the fuck do you know what you would want in that situation? You know, you can be insanely healthy physically, and maybe you're in just so much damn constant pain psychologically. It's not like I'm encouraging or saying, yay, suicide club, that's so much fun, let's do this. You know, that's not the point at all. You know,
yes.
Far from it. I enjoy life like crazy. You know, I wouldn't feel like I want to give it up for 1 fucking second because I like it so damn much, you know, so give me more and more. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like people tend to be really damn quick to rush to judgment about what happened to this other person. They took the easy way out. I don't know, man. It's like you try being them for a while and then tell me how that plays out, you know.
I agree with what you're saying, and I think that there's some refreshing and nice. It's nice to know you can kill yourself. It's nice to know that there's a plug you can pull on the raft. Right? You can, like, if you want to deflate yourself into nothingness, you can do that, and I think that's a good thing to know. But I do think that right now on the planet, there is a necessity for as many cool people to stick it out here as long as they can. Even if they're suffering, just because, as you could see what's happening, there's all this turbulence that's being caused by a glut of dumbasses trying to hold back progress. So if you're, and I don't know, I'm assuming that this guy was super cool because he's friends with you. Yeah. If you're interesting and cool and smart and have something to say, or even have the inkling that you have something to say, I think it's your job to stay at the party, more so than maybe at other times in human history.
Yeah, and I think in one sense, it is like, you can look at it as, well, I'm pulling the plug, right? But I had a friend say to me once, a friend who's like a really super high up in the echelon occultist guy, in this order called Servants of Light, which is, so OTO is Crowley.
Yes.
Servants of the Light comes from Dion Fortune, who was doing stuff around the same time as Crowley, right? So he's in that. And he was like, well, I stopped wanting to kill myself when I realized that my pain wouldn't end after I died. So it was like,
right.
If you have any concept of an afterlife or whatever, he was saying, like, you know, it doesn't stop. Like, you kill yourself and the pain follows you over to the other side.
This is kind of the momentum. It's like the notion of this, there's a spiritual momentum that people have, and that just because your physical body stops, the momentum or the trajectory that you're on doesn't stop at all. It just continues on in some other form.
Right, and you usually want to kill yourself because, I mean, one of the things that makes you want to kill yourself is confusing your body for your spirit. So, like, if you think that all you are is your body, then you think that it's ending it by killing yourself. But so it ends up being like this weird materialistic pressure. Ultimately, is what suicide is. It's a materialistic pressure, and it's kind of asking a big favor from a lot of your friends, because you know what I mean? Like, you're telling people, well, now you guys have to do a funeral. You've got to get my coffin. And this is an inevitability, but it's like prematurely. You're like, hey, I want all you guys to now spend the next couple months neurologically rewiring your brain to get used to the idea of a universe that I'm not in anymore. So it's a tremendous imposition to put on a lot of other people, right, who are going through the identical universe that you happen to be going through, the same kind of turbulence, the same kind of... Now, there are exceptions. Debilitating illness, for example, when the machine starts breaking down. The people in the World Trade Center who had to decide between getting burnt to death or falling to their deaths. There are obviously plenty of great reasons to pull the plug. Great reasons. But just because you listen to Elliott Smith a few too mmany times this week does not mean you should shoot yourself or hang yourself.
It's fun. I'll play it both ways, because on one end, I don't know, maybe because if you throw enough money, I'll argue for whatever position. So I should train myself, and please give me 1 cent on each side. So I'll play both sides. On one end, to kind of defend it in a way, I feel that people are responsible for their own shit. So if somebody else feel that they are supposed to do the funeral, rewire thing, it's like, hey man, everybody's responsible for their own stuff. Nobody's asking you what to do. I'm just doing things because it's my own damn life and I want to. So
well, you're not going to bury yourself, asshole.
So what about if they implode or something? They just strap themselves to 3,000 pounds of that would be,
or throw yourself to those African painted dogs or something, so that there's no mess to clean up.
There has to be a disposal system if you're gonna do it.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, there needs to be a vacuum tube that shoots you into space.
You have to infect yourself with necrotizing fasciitis that just eats all your flesh.
Jesus Christ!
Hey, why not?
Well, that's one side, but then the other side, no, I agree with you, because the fact is to me, people are really scared of being hurt, of pain, and that affects everything. Affects their choices, affect their relate out to other human beings, they affect how much they are gonna put themselves on the line, and all of that stuff. And my thinking is really, because of pain, because you get hurt? Welcome to the world, man. You get hurt every day.
Yeah.
So fucking what? That doesn't seem like. What's the big deal about that? It's being alive. And in that sense, that's exactly what you're saying. Is being alive means inevitably there's a ton of getting hurt involved. Yeah. And you don't know what the hell it means afterwards. So why not fix it here and now? Why not deal with the ability to deal with pain and getting hurt and things not going your way here and now in this body, in this place? I can see how that would be not only a viable option, but one that definitely should be encouraged. And particularly, as you're saying, if you are a cool human being to begin with, where then in that sense there's already not that many, so please don't reduce the numbers.
Yes.
Right.
And also, whatever the thing is that's emerged into your life that is making you want to pull the plug, this thing, if you can figure out how to beat it, if you can figure out how to conquer it or transform it, then you are going to teach so many other people how to deal with that exact same enemy when it comes into their lives.
Yeah, of course.
So there's also this responsibility. And there's this, one of the great verses in the Bhagavad Gita is, what a great person does, others will follow. So if you manage to turn whatever the dragon that's emerged into your life, if you manage to conquer that or subdue it, then you're helping so many other people. Think of Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl. He gets thrown into Auschwitz. He turns the entire experience into the basis for one of the most amazing systems of psychotherapy, logos therapy. And the end result is that God knows how many people in the world, their suffering is alleviated because he wasn't one of the many people who in that situation decided to hang themselves.
Right. By the way, quick... you mentioned the Gita. I just a random thought I'm having, but I'm thinking you should really work on translating some of it.
That's why it's on my mind, because I'm mid translation of the damn thing.